Hi Capricorn and Capricorn cross watchers. Welcome to Grateful Empress Tarot. My name is Sonia. Today I will be doing a general romantic love reading for the collective of Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars placements. Anywhere that you find Capricorn as a placement in your birth chart, this reading could be for you. If you are here as a Capricorn sun sign and you are watching and you're like, this is not quite connecting, I would suggest checking out the readings for those other placements in your birth chart that I mentioned. There you may find what you're looking for. Sometimes our sun sign is just a general overview. It's not the full photo, full snapshot, full picture. If this is your first visit here, welcome in. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you're one of my subs, thank you. I'm so happy all of you are here. It means the world to me that you're here. And I want to say you are this channel's heart and soul. Everything you are doing to interact with it, your views, your likes, your comments, your subscriptions, if you share it, all of the above, it helps this channel to grow, and it has grown at such a perfect rate. It's not grown too fast. It's not grown too slow. It's kind of Goldilocks. It's just right, which I love so much. And you guys are its main focus. All right. General readings are not personal ones. They did not go out with only you and your specific situation in mind. So while you are here, please honor your intuition. Use your discernment to collect the parts of this reading that you know are yours and a part of this story for you, and then lovingly release the rest to a different Capricorn that may need those messages at this time more than you. Whenever it does resonate, if it's only a sentence, if it is a segment, or if it's the entire reading, please hit that like button. Drop me a comment in the text box below and tell me specifically how this is your story. Feel free to share this video with anyone you think may need to hear this, even if you do not know if they have a Capricorn placement in their chart. And lastly, please don't forget to subscribe here. If I'm the reader that connects to your energy the best, you can hit the notification bell, and then every time I upload something new on here, YouTube will send you a notification. All right, let's start off with what is at the bottom of this main deck. Oh, this is what the undercurrent is for this reading. You or your person are at a crossroads, needing to make a choice, one that's really hard, one that's transformational in that death card of Scorpio, one that you're inspired by, and it's going to require some rest and reflection. This tells me something you want to end, but you do not know how. Or your partner feels that way. Your theme is starting off with your essence. Your mind, body, and soul are all involved in this. All parts of you, everything wants this. Your essential nature is looking directly at that Two of Swords. We have number 12, levitation, which says your belief in this situation coming true allows you to find the mastery in meditation. So meditation is a really good way to get connected with what our intuition and our soul really are trying to communicate to us. Wow. Whoever I'm reading for, you do not want me to say what I'm trying to say here. Throat chakra is a little compromised. It's that if you meditate, those things can help you find the essentiality of where you really want to go in your soul. Sometimes until we do that, we can't even access those parts of ourselves. So I would suggest that, even if you don't know how. You know, on YouTube, that's how I figured out how to meditate. I just started watching guided meditations for my chakras, and that's my favorite thing to do is meditate. I love it. We have the energy of number 41, sisterhood, being involved in this. Your friends, your allies, people that you really love being around, that's going to help you navigate through this decision making, reaching that higher ground. If you're being called to go away to a meditation or spiritual retreat, I would strongly suggest that you go, because it's going to provide you insight into this meditation, getting to your higher ground, looking at that choice you don't want to have to make directly in the face, and then making the appropriate choice. We have number 14, goddess energy. Make sure to feel it in your bones, for you are what you believe you are. So whatever this thing is you're trying to call in, that choice you're having to make sure you feel that deep, deep, deep in your soul, because what you believe comes true. Words are things, thoughts are things, all of the above. The feminine in this reading is sat in Diana, the queen of the wilderness. The language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. So for us earth signs, because I am your earth cousin, I'm a Taurus sun, nature and the earth itself are our connect points. We stay steady in our practicality and what we do in a day in and day out world and life. But nature is what restores us. Being outside, being in the sun, breathing in the air, feeling the grass beneath our feet, looking at the bugs and the flowers and the birds and the animals, and feeling the breeze and smelling the flowers. All the things that are like that help us to understand how we resurface as people when we need downtime. And that nature, I think, feminine, really deeply looking at staying stuck in there or being outside. Masculine's energy is sat in Anubis, deeply looking at protecting something or someone, standing one's ground, protecting what is. So masculine kind of feels a little bit like either they're the ones that are going to kind of ward off that choice being made. Feels a little bit like you want to make a choice, or your person does, but the other one is like, nope, I'm not going to accept that. I'm not doing that. The connecting energy between the two, and this should come as no surprise given that, is number 18, calling back energy. That looks to be a Sagittarius placement, so let's have a little read about that. Only the heart is strong enough to call back those who leave. What is bound shall return. For some, travel is an irrepressible need, yet for every departure there's to be a return. Those who leave have light hearts, but those who stay may be lonely and afraid. So this does look a little bit like making a decision about breaking up. One of you wants to, the other one does not. One of you is going away with friends on a retreat or going away to meditate and find the truth for oneself. The other one is standing guard and saying, no, I'm not going to allow that. I'm not going to, not necessarily allow the going, but like that, we're not breaking up. We're not ending this type of energy. We have number 36, Mary with the alabaster jar, and it says ask questions. So whatever this is here, whichever, whatever, whoever, you're going to want to ask a lot of questions because this is a big deal what you guys are about to embark on. So let's start with you. Your energy, Capricorn, you are sat in the Page of Pentacles and the Hermit card of Virgo. That makes a lot of sense. You have done a deep amount of this reflecting, deep dive into, wanting to understand from the bottom up, wanting to hear the essence of your own soul, and then wanting to communicate about what that means to you, wanting to communicate about what that means for the future of this relationship. And whatever you're learning in that energy of reaching a higher ground and getting there by knowing who you are and asking the appropriate questions tells me that you do want some kind of dialogue about this. You are being clarified by the World card of Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio energy, the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Chariot card of Cancer. Something has successfully completed for you. It's something that has made you feel very happy, very optimistic. It's made you feel better about your life. It also came with a new beginning that took you on a journey. And for once, this, for me, for you, your energy and the way this is laying out, it feels a little bit more like this was a return to your soul. This kind of feels a little bit like you've closed out the cycle of either being used or not taken advantage of in a relationship. And now you've kind of gone on this soul journey, spiritual journey. And what you're finding there is love for self, knowing that goddess energy now more than anything. And it doesn't really necessarily feel like, despite that Ace of Cups there, it doesn't really feel like a refresh in love for another person. It feels like a refresh in love for yourself. That's what it feels like. And that's great work, Capricorn. We have number 1, rider energy on this. You are arriving at this point kind of rapidly. You're kind of going along. You've learned a lot. You want to impart the messages that you're hearing in your mind, your body, your soul. You really want to talk a lot to this person, to your person. We have the Smith energy, which tells me that you are overthinking this quite a bit, but you are ready to start taking some action towards it. That rider is action. And I think that that's really beautiful. And the card that flew out here is recovery. That makes a lot of sense to me per the way that this is going. It must have felt for you like you weren't being valued, or you weren't even able to see your own value. So no wonder this is a pretty big deal for you. Let's move over to your person. They're showing up as 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. Man, this person really wants to work things out. They're tired of feeling like they're not a part of your life or not included in the parts of your life that maybe what you're going through here, especially if it is about your growth as a human, and they maybe don't feel like they're allowed in. They feel a little bit like, hey, whoa, don't go. I made a decision a long time ago about this. I do want to build a life with you. What's going on here? Why are you shutting me out? And what I feel like is you're working really hard on finding your own self, and what needs of yours truly do matter. A time not so long ago, I was going through a lot of therapy, and I was kind of, when we do, sometimes it feels like the pendulum, we go from kind of a messy situation way over here, and then we start seeking out therapy and we swing way up here, right? And so neither is the right thing. What feels best is something that rocks nice and gently right in the middle. So it could feel a little bit to this person like everything you're doing for your own self, they want to be a part of it. They want to support it. They want to be there. They just don't want you to leave and take off without them, it feels like. They have the Mother Star. The answer to that is yes. That's a confirmation. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. So I do feel like that's exactly it. They're inspired by you, and they do want to talk to you about everything that you're learning. It feels a little bit like that curiosity of what you're doing is because you're a leader. You're very focused on what it is that you are working on here. You are a creative person. You do make a good amount of money for your life. And it feels to me a lot like this person wants to just be included in it, honestly. I feel like they feel kind of like they're being left behind. They're being eclipsed by your self-growth. And it's making them confused, and they kind of have slowed down a little bit and pulled back their energy. This feels a touch like they're the ones sitting in that Two of Swords because they don't really know what to do. Yeah, 32, the moon energy is on this. They're listening to their intuition about you and what you're doing and what you're going through, but they are also aware that there are some things that they don't know right now. There are some things that they can't see through your lens. We have storyteller energy on this, that they know that you have a viewpoint here. They understand that you're trying to find yourself or trying to do something here, but at the end of the day, they don't know everything, and I think it feels to me like they wish they did. They wish they could. They wish you could open the door and allow them in as part of your healing. The thing is, it somewhat feels a little tiny bit to me that you feel that you need something healed about part of this relationship. That's partially why you're not allowing this person fully into that. This person is working on improving their health too. So that's a mirrored energy there. You're in recovery. This person's improving their health. Something like eating better, taking better care of their well-being, trying to get more sleep, not drinking, not doing drugs, that kind of energy. They just know that you both have a viewpoint to how things have gone in this relationship, and they feel a touch like they wish you would open the door and allow them to be a part of what you're going through here. So what are their intentions? Six of Swords, beautiful energy. They want to move this relationship out of the bumpiness, the uncertainty, the things that have felt scary, the things that are harder to navigate possibly, and also the fear of not understanding why you're not allowing them to be a part of this. They would like you guys to move this relationship forward. They want to be included because they want this to be balanced. If you're going to work on yourself, they would like to work on themselves as well, but they would like to work on this partnership with you together to restore that harmony and that balance in this relationship. With the Strength card of Leo, that Justice card is Libra energy. Yeah, they're having to face a few things about themselves that maybe you're showing them through a mirror. You could also be effectively finally speaking some of these things to them, and this is telling me that they're finding the courage to meet you in those places so that they can hear you without getting triggered or defensive. We have the Hierophant, Taurus energy. This person definitely feels committed to you. They love the tradition of being with you. They love the fact that you are a wise guide and a wise teacher to them, and that you do provide structure. You provide this platform for a deeply connected relationship. It feels somehow something got off kilter here, which is why it feels to me like you're going away with friends for a retreat or some kind of a spiritual growth or something of that magnitude. They just wish they could be included in it. Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius energy. This person's intentions are quite large. All of those four are major arcana. So this person does intend to, I think, listen to the wheel of time and honor the destiny of what needs to come. Things are moving forward. Everything that's not meant is going to fall off, and everything that is meant is going to come up to the top. Two cards fell here. We have 29, Woman energy, and 8, Coffin energy. So I think that this person feels like there is a big positive force that kind of comes in the energy of attracting in the ending of a cycle in which they're not, the door is shut. They don't want to be in that cycle anymore. They want to close that cycle out. They want to be included. They want to hear you. They want to listen to what you're working through. And then they want to meet you there and kind of process that with you. We have the orator on this, meaning they want to communicate with you in a confident way. They do want to hear you out. They do want to listen to your needs, which when you have someone that actually cares about what you truly do want, that's actually a very, very genuine human being. Just gonna say, let go. Let go of your need to create this in the way that only you, your perspective matters. Open the door to this person, because I think the fact that you're still here listening to this, some of you, I can feel that collective eye roll, like, oh, please, this is done. This person's never going to change. They're just trying to tell you what, they want to hear. Okay, yes, you're right. For some of you, this person's being nefarious or being controlling or being manipulative or trying to narcissistically force their agenda. For others of you, it's basically the complete opposite. This person does want to honor what you want to do. They do want to honor your growth. They do want to ask you a lot of questions because they just want to be included. They don't want to have the two of you not together. They want to let go of this outdated idea so that you can step forward. You can have a better life together. So how do they feel about you? Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. They feel like you're their life partner. They also feel like you have put a lot of hard work and effort and energy into repairing those parts of yourself that you are feeling frustrated with. They do feel like you are working hard on being a better person. They feel like you are someone that values goodness, and they do feel, I think, like your nurturing and kind nature is the thing that makes them feel really good. Clarified by the Two of Cups. This person is in love with you. You are their partner. They love you very, very much. Ten of Cups. This person, it's like you fill every box. You are the essence of this person. Emotional, mental, spiritual, physical, financial, satisfaction, all of the above. Everything you need. Inspiration. This person believes in you in such a way that the contentment that they feel, that's probably why this has been so hard. I don't want to have to look at the fact, I love you, I'm happy, I'm satisfied. Why do we have to do this? Six of Wands. They feel like being with you is their ultimate victory. They feel like being with you and being your life partner gives them this sacred energy of knowing who they are in this world. Four of Wands. Yes, this person is your union. They're your partner. They love you. They also feel, I'm not going to lie, with this Five of Swords as the last card, they feel like you maybe have had a change of heart about who they are in your life. They feel a touch like there's been a huge upheaval. You're conflicted about who they are to you. They are not conflicted one bit about who you are to them. We have 38. Guardian angel energy is all over this, and that's beautiful. That tells me that this is really protected. This whole relationship is very spiritually guided. This is like a divine intervention that this reading showed up on your phone or your TV or your computer, and you were like, oh, who's this reader? I'm going to check this person out today. And if it's a first visit here, you're probably like, whoa, 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 whoa. How did you dial into that so deeply? I am an intuitive reader. I feel the things, I get the storyline, and I think the thing I can see here is that this reading even is given to you by your guardian angels so that you can somewhat hear where this person's starting from and where they're coming from and what they're hoping for. I think maybe it feels like something happened here for you that caused you to doubt this person. Like I said, I can feel a few of you with that eye roll like, oh God, they have her even bamboozled. For some of you, yeah, that is the reality. Okay, and that's a really bad one. That one's really hard to navigate when someone is taking advantage of you and full well knows what they're doing. That's for you to choose your own self, and I'm very glad for the collective of you that that's the reality. You are seeking out help with your friends and going away on these retreats and meditating more or having that recovery of taking action on your own behalf. For others of you, the other half of you or other group of you, I think that this reading showed up right on your path at just the right time to remind you, hold on, whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't forget, this person does love you and does want to be with you. We have the astronomer energy on this, and I think that your person feels like every energy that you start finding out or opening up or learning in all of this is helping you to kind of unpeel the layers like an onion, almost like taking off layer by layer by layer by layer to help you understand yourself better. They just would like to be included in it, because look at here. They feel like you are abundant. They feel like you are everything they've ever hoped for. You're everything that they need. They don't want to be without you. So I do feel solidly that there's this energy for some of you where you're like, no, this is a no. That's okay. You do not have to say yes to anything in life. You get to choose yourself, which is the most beautiful gift, because that means you've learned the lesson, which is to love yourself. That's what we're all doing here, learning. That's the biggest lesson we're learning, is to remember that as a spiritual being that asked to come here, or asked to come back here to have a human experience, to remember what it feels like to have all those feelings, and to process that, and to learn the value of, yes, joy. Joy is the thing we reach for all the time. If we always had joy, constant joy, in this realm, not 5D realm, because that's a very different world, but in this realm, 3D world, if all we ever had was joy, we would never appreciate it. It's when the darkness comes in, or the hard times come in, or the challenges come in, when you overcome those, that's the light. That's the joy we all reach for. That's what we're doing here. And I do feel like for a lot of you, this is a person that is calling you back, and calling this relationship back right at the moment where it was about to be blasted out of existence. So never underestimate that when a reading shows up on your path and it's still resonant, and you're like, oh my God, that is my story. There is no coincidence in life. Everything is designed and orchestrated for all of our highest good, even if sometimes it does not feel that way. So Capricorn, this is where I am going to leave this. Either dynamic of you, either collective of you. If this connected to your energy, please hit the like button. Drop me a comment or an emoji in that text box below, so I understand that I've connected to your energy. And please remember to subscribe here. Thank you for spending a part of your day with me. I love that. I honor you, and I will see you next time. Bye, Capricorn.